We got 10:01. Ready? All right, good morning, everybody. Welcome to this edition of Commissioners Court. Today is April 10th, and this is your 10 a.m. version of Lavaca County Commissioners Court. At this time, we'll start with a roll call. Precinct 1? Here. Precinct 2? Present. Precinct 3? Present. Precinct 4? Present. Everyone is here accounted for, so we will call this meeting to order. And we will start with our invocation. If you'll stand with me, please. And I think in honor of Easter weekend, we will start with the Lord's Prayer this morning. So if everybody will join with me. Our Father,
who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen.
All right, and now our pledges. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
All right, thank you again. Hope everyone had a wonderful Easter weekend. I know I did. It was nice. It was too short, but we're back in business here. So, before we get started, does anyone have any announcements they want to make from the court? No. Everything? I do think we have one public comment, and I'm going to ask, is Miyako here? Do you want to do this now, or do you want to do it before the?
When you would prefer. It's to thank people.
Okay. Let's do it when we bring up your action agenda item, if that'd be, okay. All right. With that, we'll move on to agenda item number 1, discuss and or approve a resolution in support of the Gulf Bend Community Collaborative Plan. Excuse me.
Your Honor, I move we approve the resolution in support of the Gulf Bend Community Collaborative Plan.
Okay. Second. We have a motion made by Precinct 2, second by Precinct 1, to approve the resolution in support of the Gulf Bend Community Collaborative Plan, and I will read that resolution at this time. Whereas rural Texas communities are facing an increasingly complex mental health care future while Texans undergo mental health crisis, while Texans undergo a mental health crisis, stand an 8-to-1 chance of incarceration rather than hospitalization. Whereas the primary purpose of Texas jails is to incarcerate those who have committed crimes rather than housing those who suffer from mental illness. And whereas rural Texas jails are not resourced to provide adequate mental health care services, but are forced to serve as a de facto primary rural mental health care facilities for the mentally ill. And whereas the Gulf Bend Community Collaborative Plan provides a viable solution to reduce criminalization of the mentally ill in Lavaca County through a comprehensive jail diversion and preventative treatment program. And whereas Lavaca County is committed to offering assistance to the mentally ill through collaboration with various community organizations. And whereas the Gulf Bend Community Collaborative provides for a viable solution to the problem of incarceration of nonviolent persons suffering from mental illness episodes. Now therefore be it resolved that the Lavaca County Commissioners Court supports the Gulf Bend Community Collaborative Plan and calls upon the Texas Legislature to bring this plan to fruition so that we may properly address the mental health issues in rural Texas. And we'll pass it this day, April 10th of April 2023 with a vote. So all of those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. The motion passes. And thank you, Gulf Bend, for all you do for our community. It's a viable resource that I think everyone in law enforcement right now, including the DA's office and myself, fully understand what we're dealing with in some of our jail situations. We need more mental health care beds and capacities to treat people with mental illness. So anyway, that motion passes. I apologize, I'm a little bit under the weather today, so bear with me. Agenda item number 2, discuss and or approve resolution proclaiming April 2023 as the Child Abuse Prevention Month.
I make a motion to approve resolution proclaiming April 2023 Child Abuse Prevention Month. Second.
Motion made by precinct 4, second by precinct 3, to discuss and approve the resolution proclaiming April 2023 as Child Abuse Prevention Month. And we do have a proclamation. I will read it this time. Proclamation, Lavaca County, Lavaca County Child Abuse Prevention Month. Whereas in fiscal year 2022, approximately 310,000 Texas children were reported as victims of abuse or neglect. In Lavaca County, 154 children were reported victims of child abuse or neglect. Whereas child abuse and neglect is a serious problem affecting every segment of our community, and finding solutions requires action from the entire community. Whereas effective child abuse prevention programs succeed because of partnerships among agencies, schools, religious organizations, law enforcement agencies, youth service organizations, and the business community. And whereas with over 7 million children in Texas, the safety net that exists to protect children begins at home. It includes family, neighbors, schools, and communities. Everyone in the community should become more aware of child abuse prevention and consider helping parents raise their children in a safe, strong, nurturing environment. Whereas prevention remains the best defense for our children and families. Now therefore, I, Keith Mudd, County Judge of Lavaca County, and in such capacity do hereby proclaim the month of April 2023 as Child Abuse Prevention Month in Lavaca County. I encourage all citizens to help prevent and respond to child abuse by strengthening families and contributing to all children's physical, emotional, and developmental needs. We had a motion made by precinct 4, second by precinct 3. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. And I believe we have Norma's House representatives today. You want to take a picture this time?
Sure.
Okay, let's do that.
So I also brought many of our MDT members. And there's other agencies here that also work with the children of Lavaca County that we've invited to be included in the proclamation signing and the picture. If that's
Absolutely. Sheriff Michael Harmon and company, and the
Yes.
DA's office as well.
That's correct.
It's in-
And the Yoga Pete.
Yeah, you want to stand back?
You want us to just stand back here? Yeah, we'll just stand back. Hey, thank you. Thank you for what y'all do. Thank you.
Thank you for all you do.
Thank y'all for what y'all do.
You want to you can filter it back too if you want to come. Gentlemen, if you want to.
Y'all can get up here. Don't be scared. Yeah, here. Let me stand in front of it. Let me, no, I'm gonna push that chair in. Oh. Will it go in? It'll give us some more room. See if we can make this work. Okay. There we go.
Okay, yeah. Staggered. Thank you.
Get next to you. Come on, sir. Yes, sir. Good.
Everybody in? Good. All right. Thank you. Mr.
Thank y'all very much for what y'all do. Great job. Come on through, girl. That's one picture. Man, where did we, okay.
I think the staggering figure that was read was 154 children in Lavaca County. That's a big number. And that's just, it's eye-opening. 154 too many, exactly. All right, moving right along. Let's see there. All right, next up, we have agenda item number 3, discuss and approve resolution proclaiming April 22nd, 2023 as annual Lavaca County Cleanup Day, annual Lavaca River Cleanup Day, I should say. We have Ms. Mieko Mahi. You want to come up and speak? And I think we had 3 minutes or 5 minutes? 3? Good. Give you 3 minutes today.
Good morning. Thank you. I'm Mieko Mahi with Friends of Lavaca River, which is part of Hallett Oak Foundation. We're a nonprofit. And I would like to thank Judge Mudd for this opportunity to have this proclamation and for the court for doing a great job for Lavaca County. I would like to thank all the people that got us to this point, and that is going to be the people that said encouraging words and attended meetings, and the people that are here today to support the proclamation. And some of the groups I like to, that are going to participate in the cleanup are Hallettsville Boy Scouts Troop 2023, Cub Scouts Pack 223, Girl Scouts Troop 9513, First United Methodist Church, Sacred Heart Catholic School, all of Hallettsville, and the Friends of Lavaca River. And the reason I'm up here is I would like to invite anyone that is interested in participating we have an event coming up. Please do, because we would like to see this event grow every year. And we are going to be doing a photograph in a few moments, and if approved. And I welcome everyone that supports this to come up and bring your cowboy hat, because this is cleaning the Lavaca River. Again, I'd like to thank Judge Mudd for making this possible to be here today. This effort creates a community cleanup. Our first annual cleanup will be Saturday, April 22nd, and we will meet at the Hallett Oak Gallery from 8 to 8:30 to give out T-shirts. We will split into 2 large groups that will work at the same time. One will be at County Road 1 Park Bridge, and the other will be at County Road 7790 Bridge. And if you don't want to be at the gallery, then just go straight to one of those bridges. And the time is 9 o'clock sharp. It will be over at 9:45, and we encourage everyone to come and take pictures and be a part of it and see the adventurous people that are willing to go and pick up trash. It's definitely an adventure and exhilarating to pick up trash on the road. This event will be April 22nd, and I would like to give special thanks to Grace Ford, the city manager, for providing a trash container on the southeast side at 779 Bridge, and I encourage everyone to use it to discard the trash, because I'd like to see it full by the time they pick it up in 8 days. The only items that they will not accept is batteries or refrigerators or even freon. And I think oil that's contaminated, do that. And then I'd like to thank Interclass Group. They're donating caps, safety glasses, gloves, whistles, trash bags, which is so important that, if people are going to bring large groups, kind of giving that stuff, so I should make sure everybody gets a hat. Look, and I'd like to thank Lavaca Navajo River Authority, because they're going to give T-shirts to everyone that shows up that says the Lavaca County Cleanup. They're sure we will have T-shirts for everyone. They are wanting everyone, all ages, to participate. They're not putting an age limit. And since Friends of Lavaca River is coordinated, we prefer parents who their children under 15. And I'm going to hand out wildflower seeds today, so if you come see me, I'll give you some, and they're spread out in October. Those are donated by TxDOT. And then I'd like to thank Hallettsville Brahma News Network, which is a student organization that helps community get the word out to school, and the community, and then Hallettsville Tribune for the support of, they had an article in the paper this past week, and then Judge Mudd for announcement and proclamation.
Thank you, Mia. But before we proceed, is there a telephone number that anyone could call you?
If you call the Hallett Oak Gallery, it's 361-217-7030.
7030?
That's the gallery. Any message will be emailed to me, and if it's an emergency, you can call me on my cell. Which it doesn't really have to be an emergency, but it's 713-822-0166.
All right. Well, thank you.
The advantage of the office, it gets emailed to me, and I have to print it out.
Thank you so much for your time and attention
Thank
to
you.
this matter. We do appreciate you, Miyako. All right, with that, I'll entertain a motion.
Your Honor, I move we approve a resolution proclaiming April 22nd, 2023 as annual Lavaca River Cleanup Day.
Second.
Motion was made by Precinct 1, second by Precinct 2, to approve the resolution proclaiming April 22nd, 2023 as the annual Lavaca River Cleanup Day, and I will read that proclamation as such. Whereas a proclamation is requested to proclaim April 22nd, 2023 as annual Lavaca River Cleanup Day, whereas the mission of the Hallett Oak Foundation's Friends of Lavaca River Group is to create a functioning coexistence with the Lavaca River for preventing future floods. Whereas Margaret Hallett donated 500 acres to become a town on this river, this annual Lavaca River Cleanup Day would be an honor to her memory. Whereas Lavaca River depends on volunteers to clear trash and debris that impact its flow and to improve its water quality for residences, businesses, wildlife, and biodiversity. Whereas because of the annual Lavaca River Cleanup Day, residences, businesses, and travelers can potentially see clean bridgeways. This will be the first annual Lavaca River Cleanup Day in 183 years. Now therefore, I, Keith Mudd, Judge of Lavaca County, Texas, do hereby proclaim April 22nd, 2023 as annual Lavaca River Cleanup Day, coordinated by the Hallett Oak Foundation's Friends of Lavaca River Group. So thank you, Mieko, for that. We've had a motion by precinct 1, second by precinct 2. All those in favor of approving this proclamation, say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Thank you, Mieko. All right, moving on. Agenda item number, where are we at, 4? 4, discuss and approve a resolution proclaiming April 30th, 2023 to May 7th, 2023 as Soil and Water Stewardship Week.
Your Honor, I make a motion to approve the resolution proclaiming April 30th, 2023 to May 7th, 2023 as Soil and Water Stewardship Week.
Second.
Motion is made by precinct 3, second precinct 4 to approve the resolution proclaiming April 30th, 2023 to May 7th, 2023 as Soil and Water Stewardship Week. And that proclamation will read, whereas healthy soil and clean water is a benefit to everyone, and whereas effective conservation practices provide the soil, water, animals, plants, and air that can ensure a rich standard of living, and whereas our security depends upon the robust management of natural resources, and whereas stewardship calls for each person to help conserve these precious resources, therefore I do hereby proclaim April 30th to May 7th, 2023 as Soil and Water Stewardship Week. We had a motion by precinct 3, made by precinct 4, second by precinct 4. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those not in favor say yes. Same sign. Motion passes. Sorry. I'm lost. All right, and that Soil and Conservation Group is going to meet tomorrow morning, and we'll stop by there for a picture to meet with them tomorrow morning, all those who can. And that'll be at the USDA's office, I think by 8 o'clock. That's when they'll finish their meeting.
They want to come here at 8:15.
8:15.
Yes, they want to come here to take a picture at 8:15.
Okay.
After their meeting.
Would you confirm that? Because I was told to meet over there, but,
Yes.
okay. All right, so the court will get with Nalene sometime this afternoon, make sure that meeting, where the meeting date and time is. Okay, moving on. Agenda item number 5, discuss and approve the bond for Brandy Stuckey, Deputy Voters Registration Clerk of the Elections Office.
I make a motion to approve the bond for Brady Stuckey, Deputy VR Clerk, Elections Clerk.
Second.
Motion is made by precinct 4, second by precinct 3 to approve the bond for Brandy Stuckey, Deputy VR Clerk / Elections Clerk. Any discussion, comments? If not, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Item number 6, discuss and approve creating a Lavaca County First Responder Telecommunications Oversight Committee. Motion is made by precinct 2, second by precinct 1 to approve creating a Lavaca County First Responders Telecommunications Oversight Committee. Any discussion?
Sure.
Yes.
The people selected, I think that's a good group of people, that represent all parts of the Lavaca County, so that's a good thing.
Yes, sir.
And the thing is, they know more what they need than we do instead of coming to us. It'll be a big benefit to us.
Agree. And again, you have the preliminary committee assignments that we put together, whereas basically what we're saying is the five of us are not first responders. We need to put this in the committee's hands that are the first responder chiefs of Lavaca County. And so what we're saying, the purpose of the committee would be, A, to reporting back to the Commissioners Court or to a respective city council on anything telecommunications related that they need to know about. Second of all is operating the system itself. Needs some oversight from the various departments, and those departments would be the Sheriff's Office, city police departments, fire departments, et cetera. They need to have some oversight and buy into the system. Third component is maintenance of the system. Again, we're not the first responders up here. We need to have a report generated back by the committee of what we need on an ongoing basis to keep the system up and running. And the fourth part would be training. This is going to be a $2.5 million system by the time it's all paid for, and we want to make sure that all first responders have input into how the system is utilized, training of dispatchers, training of law enforcement officers. If we have new employees coming into the system, whether it be a dispatcher or a first responder, how are they trained to use the system? We want to make sure there's buy-in to that complete system. So what we propose here is 5 voting members. The 5 voting members would be the Lavaca County Sheriff, 1 City Police Chief, 1 Lavaca County Constable, 1 Lavaca County EMS Chief, and 1 Lavaca County Designated Fire Chief. The 5 that we have chosen at this point who said that they would serve, again, we only have 1 Lavaca County Sheriff, so it is Micah Harmon, the Lavaca County Sheriff. And I think the committee, we discussed informally, not as a group, you could delegate that position downstream if you had to or need to. Representing all police chiefs, we have 4 police chiefs in Lavaca County, and right now Randy Schlock said he would serve on behalf of all 4 police chiefs. Again, those 4 police chiefs can vote if they want to send someone else to the committee. They can do that. They would need to bring it back to the court. Billy Petru is our Shiner Fire Police Chief. He's already met with all 5. We have 5 fire departments in Lavaca County. He's met with all 5 fire chiefs. They've created an unofficial Fire Chiefs Association in Lavaca County, and they designated Billy Petru to serve as that fire chief. Of course, Michael Furr is our Lavaca County EMS chief. He's also has the power to delegate that back down if he needs to Tim Decker. But we want to make sure that we've got chiefs talking to chiefs as it relates to the system. And then we've asked Carrie Peterson, Constable Precinct 4, to serve as a voting member for all constables. Same goes with Carrie. If Carrie meets with his other constables and they want to send someone else to contribute, that's fine too. There'll be 2 initial non-voting members. We're going to ask that Greg Morelli is our new emergency management coordinator, and also he's a city council member. So we've asked Greg to sit on the committee to be a non-voting member and reporting back to the court, but we're also asking him to report back to the city councils as well. He's already Shiner City Council, but he can go to Hallsville, Moulton, and Yoakum to report back to those councils of what we have going here. And then the last thing, we've asked Mark Herchek. Mark Herchek has been a valuable resource to this court. He helped search for the EMS chief back in 2020, and he just recently helped us select our emergency management coordinator. He sat on that committee. So that's basically the gist of it. The court kind of, not to push the buck down, but we're saying, hey, let's put this in the hands of the fire, put this in the hands of the chiefs of Lavaca County and let y'all police yourselves, so to speak. We're not here to dictate what goes on in that committee, but we want y'all to form the policies and procedures of how to utilize the system to the best of its abilities. And if you have problems, you can bring them back to the court. We'll address the problems. But we hopefully that you are going to get it done in those committee meetings. And that's going to also help with Motorola and with VCS getting the project completed. We're not in the completion mode of that project, but we're nearing completion. So that's all I have on that. You have any other comments or questions?
Sounds
Good, I think we need that.
And again, once we approve this, I'll send everyone probably later this afternoon an email of the actual committee charge, and so everyone has each other's contact information. All right, so we had a motion by Precinct 2, second by Precinct 1. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. That motion passes. The committee has been formed. Item number 7, discuss and/or approve creating a facility maintenance and technology management position. We put this maybe a little bit premature on the agenda, but mainly I wanted to discuss with all department heads, the court, treasurer, tax office, clerk, auditor, sheriff as well, the need to create a position. We're kind of reorganizing the judge's office. We're serving right now as one admin for the judge and the court, and that's Naylene Rupert. She's been selected to handle that job and doing it very well. So we have an open admin position. We also have an open maintenance position that serves under the judge's office. So what I'm entertaining is serving as with one admin, but having a technology component, bringing in somebody that we can all turn to, not just the judge's office. When there's a telephone problem, internet problem, it could be a lock at the jail or something that's not working properly technology-wise, we have that person boots on the ground in Lavaca County to turn to not only help us troubleshoot, but also help us work with our technology vendors. So that was the premise behind this, but I wanted to have this an open discussion. It does no good if you won't use the services of the person. So I'll open up the floor for any kind of comment. Does anyone have a comment? It can come from anywhere.
I think it would be an asset, because our server, the company is out of the Hill Country, and we need somebody here, they can get on the phone with, fix the problem right away instead of having to wait on them to come down here and do a outcall. I think we used to kind of have that with Gary, where he could kind of fix things over the phone. So I know it's not a full-time deal, but then when you throw in the maintenance part of it, this position should stay pretty busy. That's just my thoughts.
So Judge, y'all are wanting to find someone, one person for both admin and maintenance?
No, not admin. We're saying,
Admin.
we're saying Naylene can handle the admin services for the court and the judge. And then, but her day, I mean, how many calls per day do you get for technology related problems? Multiple times a day.
For maintenance problems?
No,
Technology?
For technology. The phone doesn't work, the internet's down, there's just, and full disclosure, Sheriff, myself, Kenny and Sheriff, we went and had lunch with Hill Country Tech and just discussing some of our problems. We have a lot of technology. The Sheriff's Office has a lot of technology in their department. We can't even change our air conditioning system here without getting on the computer to do so. The thermostat is just a box on the wall, but you have to go get on a computer to change the thermostat. So there's a lot of technology involved with the entire county, and as it relates to us putting it, increased security in the courthouse or at the annex, and we're going to have more technology than less. So I think out of that conversation with Hill Country Tech, we asked them the question. They said what they need is another Gary. Hill Country Tech actually said they need another Gary Etzler. Gary is retired. We don't have a person that's boots on the ground that go troubleshoot those cables and everything else that can go wrong. And I think if we created a position that's more technology oriented than maintenance, but yet they can do some of the both. We're looking for it's more of a blue collar position, I would say, but someone that can actually get on the computer and work with Hill Country Tech or any of our service providers and help troubleshoot a system. So again, I'm just throwing this out there for discussion this time.
I know there were times Gary came into the closet where we had the same, had the tech guys on the phone, and we just talked with them, trying to get some of the stuff out without them having.
I mean, Gary was a jack of all trades. He wired this courthouse, the communication systems in this courthouse. He put internet in this facility. So somebody that can pull wires, pull cables, but also get on the computers and help the tech providers help us is what we're looking for. And it can do it kind of roustabout, can do it all.
Maintenance department, just kind of oversee maintenance. Departments are on the maintenance.
I would say, again, Chris is on leave right now. He's more janitorial by nature than maintenance, and then that's just, every employee is unique and different what kind of skill sets they give you. So we want to just look at what our options are. And we do have an open, like we said, we have an open maintenance and open admin that we can combine and create another position that helps all of us with technology. So I just want to kick that around at this point and then maybe y'all can email me privately or what your thoughts are and concerns.
Create a job description. Is that what this is?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
That would have to put-
Again, I kind of put this on there prematurely, but it's been a hot topic because we have so many different communication issues. I mean, we've got the radio system that's been an issue. That's separate. That's not even putting this into perspective here. But we don't have anyone to turn to in the county and go troubleshoot a phone, a computer, or anything. We always have to rely on remote support. So I just put it on here. I wanted to discuss it with y'all in an open forum. So if y'all would maybe provide feedback to me, Sheriff, if you would as well, provide feedback to my office of what we need, if we can justify it, and if we go after that, we would put a job description together and form a committee of all of us admins, or not admins, department heads and officials to do a groupthink project. I think it'll be good. All right, so I don't really need a motion this time. I just want to bring that to y'all's attention. But do give me some feedback. Okay, item number 8, discuss and/or award the bank depository bid. And I believe our last, the Finance Committee that consists of the auditor, Sharon Opiella, Karen Buda, the treasurer, and myself, we met one time last week. We got rained out the second time on a Thursday due to court constraints. So I believe we're going to table that bid, correct? Okay, so we're going to table this agenda item number 8 till next meeting, and I think we have a meeting scheduled for Wednesday, the 3 of us, correct? Okay. So, do we have a motion to table the bank depository bid till next 27th? Second by precinct 1. The motion made by precinct 2, second by precinct 1 to table the bank depository bid. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion passes. All right, before we get to consent agenda, I want to point out what we have on agenda item number 23. Immediately after consent, we're going to go to item number 23, which is recess the Commissioners Court meeting and reconvene at the Lavaca County Jail and the Sheriff's Office for a site visit, inspection of facilities and new equipment. And so after consent, Sheriff will take the lead from you where you want us to meet and how you want us to proceed.
I'll take care of it. Pull that out. I'll take care of it. If you want me to, speak up, just hold it.
Your Honor, I recommend that we remove item 16.
Item number 16? Okay, we have a motion made by precinct 2 to move the monthly audit report from consent agenda. Second by precinct 1. Do you want to move it out of consent, or do you want to just table it? Table it, okay? All right. Motion is made by precinct 2, second by precinct 1 to table item number 16 on the consent agenda. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Okay. Do we have a motion made to go into consent?
They want to take a picture, do you want to do it after consent for the proclamation, for the Lavaca River Day?
Yeah, we'll do it right after consent, yes. Okay, do we have a motion to move into consent?
I'll make a motion.
Okay. Precinct 3 made a motion to move into consent agenda, seconded by precinct 2. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. We are in consent agenda. At this time, our microphones will go off. Okay, we're back out of consent. Before we enter into item number 23, is there any other business of the court?
I think we've covered it.
All right, so agenda item number 23. Can I have y'all's attention, please? Thank you. Agenda item number 23, to recess the Commissioners Court meeting and reconvene at the Lavaca County Jail and Sheriff's Office for a site visit, inspection of facilities, and new equipment. Do we have a motion?
So moved.
We have a motion. Motion by precinct 4, second by precinct 3 to recess the Commissioners Court meeting and reconvene at the Lavaca County Jail and Sheriff's Office for a site visit, inspection of facilities, and new equipment. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Again, this site visit this is something out of a playbook out of Judge Prowse's courtroom in Colorado County, whereas they recess and reconvene at other site visits for site visits. And so we're going to take a tour of the jail and the jail's offices, the sheriff's office, and we will adjourn from that point. So there's going to be nothing to discuss and or approve at the meeting other than the site tour and visit. And at this point, I'll turn it over to Sheriff.
Yeah, I just, just, I mean, court,
It's open to the public, so anyone wants to come in, but as long as it's safe for us to do so. If you say it's not safe for us to come in, if there's something going on that we need to leave, that's fine too.
no, I mean, for the court, like, officials, there's some parts that we can't let the public.
Okay, gotcha. All right, so,
But, you know, what we can, I mean, everybody's welcome, what we show, elected officials be a little bit more detailed.
okay, gotcha. Where would you like us to convene when we
Just, you can just park in,
come in the front door?
we'll meet you there.
Okay,
Probably go back to the jail first, that's the biggest part of it.
okay,
Once we finish in the jail, we'll come back up front,
okay.
go through the dispatch system.
All right. So that's what Sheriff says is we'll all park in the front. We'll go in the front door and we'll tour the jail first. The public is not going to have access to everything back in the back of the jail at this point, but this is for officials at this time. And then, so I think we'll recess now. Today, it's 10:42. We'll recess and we'll reconvene at 11 o'clock. So we'll meet in the front of the Sheriff's office at 11 o'clock. That'll give us time to get over there. All right. Thank you, Sheriff, for accommodating this, and we look forward to the tour.